Hi, it's Norman Kochnick here. I'm here at Stadium Australia, which is the Olympic Stadium where the 2000 Olympics was. In fact, I was in a very similar spot to this, part of the language services group, language service manager for SOCOG during the Olympics. So it was a bit of memory for me watching Kathy Freeman run right in front of us here, which was a different ground. Of course, it was an actual stadium with an Olympic track in the middle, around the sides. Now it's a fully turfed ground for rugby league. So today the South Sydney Rabbitohs are playing the Newcastle Knights in a match which is of great significance for both teams, and more so for South. And I'll be here today talking to people a lot in the so-called Champions Lounge, the Churchill Room. In fact, it's called the Churchill Room. It's actually Russell Crowe, the actor from Gladiator, who won the Best Actor award. It's his suite, which is now turned into a Churchill Room for the day's match. It's a lovely place to eat and drink and watch the match. And we'll actually have here a number of ex-players like Les Biles, who I just met a minute ago, as well as the likes of Ziggy Niscott, and then some current players that are actually on the rested list. Damien Cook, Cameron Murray, that'll be both here, as well as I think Adam Reynolds might be here as well. They're all being rested. Well, Adam's not. Adam's playing, but Damien Cook and Cameron Murray certainly are rested. They'll be here as well, having a bit of a chat with either Sean Garlick or Anthony Maroon as hosts. Got Brad Ryder with me, the actual rugby league historian, and we're doing a fair bit here regarding this. So stay tuned, and I'll be asking a lot of questions regarding the World Test Championship. In fact, the World Test Championship between India and New Zealand, which is June 18th. Today is June 12th. Some 6 days time. I'll ask some of the local Australian fans what they think of that match, who's going to win, and who are the significant players. With the amount of punt mania going, or puntastic that it is, the punt mania in Australia is quite big after the game early in January where Australia were beaten in the fourth test at the Gabba. Yeah, it was very significant, and the Rishabh Punt has left an indelible mark here. And the South Sydney Rabbitohs, the team that most Indians should actually support, will also be a connection between South Sydney Rabbitohs and the Indian team, Team India, and a lot of the Indian supporters should be there for us. So, eyes on cricket, as you can see my labelling. We're here at the so-called Olympic Stadium. You can see the Olympic torch was actually that way. It was actually at the end of the stands. It was an amazing atmosphere, a great memory for me, and I'll just pan around a bit and you can see the whole scenario here. You can in fact see quite a bit of it there around as well. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. We'll get people to talk through us out the day. This is Norman Kochnick for Eyes on Cricket. Hi, this is Norman Kochnick here for Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochnick. I'm here at Stadium Australia before the match between the South Sydney Rabbitohs and the Newcastle Knights, and I happened to come across a man of great importance to South, the club historian, also a life member, and basically loved by all. It's Brad Ryder. Hi, Brad. How are you?
G'day, Norm, and you're with me today for the South Sydney Newcastle home game.
Exactly, and that's great to be here, and I'm very proud to be with you. And we're going to this lovely time. We're going to the Churchill Room, is that right?
Yeah, well, tonight we're very privileged. We're using Russell Crowe's private suite because he's away and he lets us use it every now and again, so look for us on the terraces there. Okay,
so we've got to give the thumbs up or thumbs down to Russell Crowe, is that what?
That's it.
Now, the question I wanted to ask you today about was, of course, the match which is coming up on June 18th, which is the World Test Championship.
Yeah. Mate, I'm a cricket fan, mate. I like the cricket. Your question was who I think will win. I think India. They got a keeper batsman called Rishabh Pant. Is that his name?
Yeah, that's right. Rishabh Pant is the wicket batsman for India. Yeah. So you think India will beat New Zealand?
I think so. Yeah, they're probably better batsmen, and they're number one in the world, aren't they?
They are.
I must admit, I haven't followed it as much as I used to when I was a kid. But some Indian famous cricket players. They have a bloke called Gavaskar. They played for them years ago. Who else?
Tendulkar?
Yeah, all those blokes. Yeah, they're the blokes that I knew.
Right, your era.
Yeah.
But this is another era with Rishabh Pant.
Yeah.
They say he's like Adam Gilchrist, but actually they're calling him the first Rishabh Pant, being his great ability to win matches.
Okay, so he's like Gilchrist. Is he a left-hander?
He's a left-hander.
Oh, there you go. That's a good guess, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going to be important to this. So again, it's great to have people like Brad Ryder be able to tell us his thoughts on this World Test Championship between India and New Zealand coming up. So Rishabh Pant, I'm calling it Punt Mania. Do you like that?
Punt Mania sounds good to me, Norm.
Does it? Yeah. Or Puntastic or Punt Mania. I think it's Punt Mania. We have a lot more people talking about Punt Mania on Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochnick. join us soon. Norman Kochnik here. I'm with Brad. How are you, Brad? We're about to hear. Who are we about to hear, Brad? We're about to hear. Who's about to talk?
Are we on?
No, yes, we are.
Oh my God! You caught me right in the middle of a beautiful smoked salmon roll, and young Henry's you with you. Only kidding. No, we're just about to hear from MC Sean Garlick and going to interview some star players.
Yep.
A couple from the past, couple future. Past players Ziggy Niscott, Les Biles, and for the current superstars not playing tonight because they had Origin duty, Cameron Murray and Damien Cook.
All right, and I saw Darren Neville there too.
Daryl Neville. Where is he? He's out there.
He's here.
Yeah, I'll catch him. Okay. Yep.
Is that right, Sean? Who are you interviewing? You're
Interviewing Lester Q. Byers.
Oh, sorry, I should have welcomed Ziggy. Shall I come in the camera? Sean, nice to meet you. Just very briefly. How are you?
Very good, thanks.
This is to an Indian audience here. Just quickly, who have you got there?
We've got Lester Q. Byers, winger from the 80s. Yeah. And we've got Ziggy Niscott, of course, another winger from the 80s. Then we've got Cameron Murray and Damien Cook.
And of course yourself.
And of course myself. That's right.
Well,
so we're looking forward to it. It'll be good.
Thank you.
Hey, so just checking this is the right...
So there we are. We've had Michael. I'll introduce Michael. Michael, where are you? I can't see you there. Are you there? There we are. Yes. So Michael, just have a chat with the camera. Tell us about yourself.
Okay, I'm a co-historian, Brad Ryder, of the club. I've been co-historian for about 10 years with Brad, and we cover all of the club's histories and things like that. And I've been a member of the Churchill Club for 21 years, consecutive years, yes.
Wow, we might get this all together. Yeah. 21 years. That's amazing. Now, I'm going to just start the discussion. Would you believe my Indian audience will be shocked, as I was? What did you tell me 5 minutes ago?
India plays rugby league. They are called the Jungle Cats, and they are basically locally based.
Locally based in Australia, that is Sydney, Australia.
Of Indian background, and they do play the odd international against other minnow nations like Peru, Brazil, sometimes Philippines, and countries like that. And they're pretty good. I think they won their last international a couple of years ago.
Wow. So there's a bit of a tidbit, guys. I'm not going to tell you all about it yet. Michael's going to come on with me on the full program regarding the history of Indians playing cricket. See you later.
Housekeeping, we've got toilets just out to your right. Men's, I'm not sure if the women's are on the right as well, they could be, but anyway, they're out there in the hallway somewhere. Of course, when we go out the front here, we just need to pour our glasses into plastic cups, our bottles, our glass bottles. If we've got champagne glasses, put them in the plastic cups, we'll all be sitting out there, which is very close to where we can take advantage of the Rabbitohs hospitality. So please get involved in the food and the drink as much as you can, and let's hope the Rabbitohs can get a good win for us tonight. For those of you who haven't met, my name's Sean Garlick. I'm a very proud former player and captain here at the Rabbitohs. And whilst these are very informal surroundings here at the Churchill's Club, we'll have a bit of an insight into some of our players from yesteryear and a couple of our stars of today. Just some stats on today's game. I've been handed courtesy of our historians in the room. South have gone head-to-head with the Newcastle Knights 44 times. Newcastle have won 27, South 17, believe it or not. Here at Stadium Australia, we've played 7 times. South 5, Newcastle 2. The biggest win over Newcastle was 52-6 at ANZ in 2015. The biggest loss against Newcastle was in 1999, 60-0 at Marathon Stadium. And I know that well because I played in that game. Gary Johns was on fire. And Russell Crowe made an emotional halftime speech which had no effect on the team. No effect whatsoever. Okay, so I'll get onto our first guest who's going to be coming up for us. And he played on the wing and made his debut for the Rabbitohs in round 8 of the 1983 season against West. His first grade player number is 706. He was a crowd favourite with his deceptive footwork and speed down the sideline. He ended up playing 54 first grade games for the Rabbitohs between 83 and 87. 68 reserve grade games and 23 thirds. Would you please welcome Lester Q. Byers. Come on in, Lester. I'm going to get you won't be one out, I'm going to get a winger playing partner of yours up next, and he played his junior football with Beresford in the Hunter, and and later with Maitland before moving to North Newcastle. In 1979, he played on the wing against the Turin Great Britain side. He also went on and scored 2 tries in the Newcastle North's grand final later that year. In 1980, he turned down offers from Canterbury and Newtown to sign with the mighty Rabbitohs. Although his preferred position at the time was in the centres, he started on the wing at South and received instant respect for his powerful running game and natural leadership qualities. In 1982, he played 2 games for New South Wales in the State of Origin series, scoring 2 tries in Game 2 at Lang Park. He was made captain of South for the 83 and 84 seasons, gaining a cult following from South supporters who marvelled at his miracle feats on the field. He was known for his devastating runs with the ball and spectacular cover tackles. The New South Wales Rugby League even ran promotional advertisements urging people to watch Ziggy Zag. He played 113 first grade games for the Rabbitohs, no reserve grade games, scoring 39 tries.